Nameless going up against Team NonStop. Another attack coming in here. 3 hunters with the smoker. We're going to win. One to get the ski immediately upon dropping down, though. But the 100 does find Francis over there in the shutter. And Smoker getting a nice pull onto Flyaway before the attack does get cleared. But STFR taking quite a hunk of damage there from that hit from the hunter.
Well, it was a quad cap, so I'm lucky enough to land it though. First hunter just got skeeted way too early. The attack was shut down as it began. We do have the tank currently playing around with his Hondas. We do have a boomer up and a smoker for current SI support. We are going to see that hunter coming up into Ghost as well. Looks like the tank is going to roll straight in here. He's managed to block the survivors a bit with the door, but now he's going for his car. Survivors are just going to get the hell out of that area. Smoker has pre-spawn. Honda flying in. The Honda is out of the tank straight. Smoker does get a pull though on Bill. Really good separation. Tank looking to get the intercept, but he's getting kited around. Hunter gets an intercept. Tank gets a punch. But the tank is on his deathbed. 571 HP remain. There's still 4 very healthy survivors up, but the Honda is coming in. And the tank gets taken out before he actually manages to punch us for the in-cap. So Nameless pretty much dealing with the tank pretty comfortable. They're still got a relatively solid amount of HP as well, and 3 sets of pills. And they are going to get safe from officers.
Indeed, we aren't going to see any more SI come up in the meantime, and they're going to walk around the safe and close the door, and they will make it a 432 health bonus for the first map, so not too bad at all. And that'll give them a score for the map of 832. It seems like my score might be messed up. There we go, it fixed itself. And yeah, so we're going to see the side switch over. Nameless will hop to the SI, and NonStop swapping over to the SI. And we'll see what NonStop has in store for us. So I mean, based off of that first round, going off of that first round though, NonStop obviously knows how to play Left 4 Dead 1 because they did the correct sack orders, they got what they needed, and they did get a quad cap potential, but unfortunately one of the hunters got skeeted. So we'll see if Nameless shares that same knowledge over on the SI side, and they're able to you know, get that same quad cap potential. Because I know we've seen a couple teams that don't
attack twice.
Yeah, I know we've seen some teams though that don't sack in the correct order, and then it's like, well,
the sacking order is one thing, but prioritize. I think with that tank, because it's so easy for it to get railed and kited around in that area,
battle?
Record. Eh?
I think your mic cut out.
God damn it! I was just saying, I wouldn't be surprised to see Nameless be a bit more aggressive with the SI this time around.
We are having the best of luck with this technical. Well, this cast.
It's this goddamn keyboard, man. I didn't bring my keyboard with me. I'm using my uncle's Razer thing, and it's a piece of shit. Who the hell pays $70 for a keyboard that feels terrible to use?
Is it a K70?
No, it's a Razer Death Stalker.
Oh, you said Razer. I thought you said Corsair for some reason. I'm like zoning out.
Yeah. I want the Corsair one myself, but I mean, this is a Razer, and the keys feel absolutely terrible. I can't tell whether the keys are being pushed down or not. It's taken me like the 2 days of being here, so a good 48 hours to relearn how to bloody type.
Oh, battle. But as it stands right now, we're just waiting for Wallbanger87 to actually come back to his computer. It seems like he has gotten AFK. So we're just experiencing some more waiting, some more issues. But hopefully they're resolved relatively soon here, and we can play the game.
On the plus side, this is seemingly a very cat-friendly neighborhood. There seems to be quite a few kittens around here, so I can always find somebody to punch and pass the goddamn time. Oh, we're going live! Opening hit for the SI is going to be that tri-cap with the boomer. We do have 2 hunters and a smoker for cap and support. And once again, we do see both hunters pre-spawning, one behind the wall in the spare room, another hunter getting picked straight away though as he goes for the scratches. So one hunter scratch going out, single boom going out, and the smoker has been dealt with rather convincingly and rather quickly.
Most certainly. And for you guys wondering about the commands in chat, some of those commands are actually attached to Nightbot, but whenever Nightbot comes in here and speaks, Moobot times him out, and so I still have to I'm in the process of just transferring over all the commands to Nightbot, and then once that's done, Moobot will be gone, and everything will be fine again. Everything will be right in this world. But it looks like we're going to see Team NonStop actually completely bypassing the Witch here, not opting to actually go for it. They know that's not worth it, obviously, because, you know, losing up Sarava's complete health bonus to a Witch, you know, being how weird they are, it's just not worth it in their opinion. So they're going to keep moving up here in the alleyway. We're going to see a actual quad cap with the hunter and with 3 hunters and 1 smoker happening here. Hunter's dropping down from the ceiling, one landed, another one lands. Oh, everything landed except for 1 hunter who was a little bit late to the party. and Lewis managed to get the clear off on some of his fellow teammates. So really close attempt there by Team Nameless, but they will make their way to tank.
But a little bit of a miscoordination seen between two of the hunters there, but Tank is up now in the hands of Anxiety. He's got it on, and the survivors once again are going to push behind the back of the semi and look to oh, that car! Oh, that was so close.
Well, that's a precarious position. Tank will go ahead and push right in, though, knocking the car down from the truck trailer. Zoe does not know that's right behind her unless her team is telling her. Doesn't seem that she does. Oh, the car ricocheting across the corner, misses Zoe, but hits Francis in the face, and then he also goes ahead and knocks it down onto Lewis. It's going to be 2 incaps by the car. Tank's down to 1100 HP. Hunter lands onto Bill at the front of the truck trailer, and that will be the wipe secured onto Team NonStop here on the first map. So that will put them at a score of 275 going into map 2 up against the 832 of Team Nameless. And Team Nameless doing work so far.
This config confuses me. Once again, it seems like the tanks are dying so much faster. Like, I mean, this tank didn't really have to do much. You got 1 NCAP with the car, a hunter landed very shortly after that with a 3rd hunter landing, and then there was like 1 survivor up for a short while. It didn't seem that they had that much time to do, 5.5k chip.
Yeah.
It might just be me. I don't know. It seemed that the first game we watched, it was a lot. It was a lot faster tank in terms of tanks dying, and then the second game, it seemed back to normal almost. It seemed that the tanks were lasting a lot longer, and I can't even really say it was the caliber of the teams participating because it was like a 90-point game.
No, I actually definitely agree with you. The tanks, for some reason, I don't know if it's the map or just like the spread's not consistent, but something changes. And shotguns hit like for like 400 damage a shot for some reason. And it's not 400, it's like 250. But still, if you go back to Left 4 Dead 1, it's supposed to be like comparable to Left 4 Dead 1 shotgun. And the spread might be and everything, but the damage is most certainly not. The damage is really overpowered. Like, it's 250 a shot.
They've probably done what we discovered when beta testing the spread modification, like way back in the early days of the first DQ. And that was that if you don't alter it correctly, every pellet does 250 damage near enough, or comparable enough to it. So if you actually get a point blank range in a shot from a shotgun on a tank, you're looking to get 500 damage a shot near enough. If you graze the tank, you're doing about the same. But the opening hit, we are going to have 3 hunters, and we are going to have that smoker. So it's going to be. Wait, is there a boomer? I'm making shut up. Do I see a boomer?
No, I see 4 hunters.
Okay, so I do see 4 hunters. So we do have the initial quad cap right off the bat. A pretty dangerous place to land it as well because there's so many walls to kick off. The survivors have no choice but to bunch up, which means many stumbles, many pounces.
Indeed. So we will see the survivors bust out of safe from now and quickly go into the tunnel on the right side of the drop. The safest way that they can actually go, pretty much. And they will go ahead and hop down into the vents as well. But it looks like the hunters are not looking to go just yet. It looks like they have found a nice spot to sit at the bottom of the escalators here. And we should see the attack coming in here very shortly as soon as the survivors make their way down to the top of the escalators here. So we're just waiting on one more survivor, and they're probably going to send it in here. I mean, because this quad cap has a lot of potential. I mean, they do have 1 hunter spawned up on top, and he's way far ahead. He's actually in the tunnels
on the witch.
Oh, so maybe they're actually going to do it on the witch. Huh. I mean,
it seems like that's going to be the plan of attack. I mean, they've got to go past that witch, no matter which way they look at it. I mean, they could try and avoid it by going down the opposite side of the train racks, which is seemingly what they're doing now. But at the same time, that's another tight area with 4 hunters as well. Without that smoker to sort of provide the delay in slowing down the cappers, there's a lot of danger here that should they bypass the witch, they actually put themselves in more danger than if they took her out.
And now you kind of have to ask yourself, obviously Nameless knows that something's up, because they haven't seen a single SI come in yet, so they gotta know that it's some sort of quad cap, but they're probably thinking that there's a smoker in it. But unfortunately, it is gonna be 4 hunters. I don't know if it prints the spawns to them actually in this config. I don't believe it does, so they're kind of in the blue right now. They don't know what exactly to be thinking. They know there's a hunter, at least 1, which is obvious. There's always gonna be 1 hunter, and then actually there'll always be 2 hunters. What?
They know there's a hunter.
Well, yeah, I'm saying, well, obviously they know there's a hunter, which is like the most clueless thing in the world because there's always hunters. There's always at least 2 in every attack. So they know there's at least 2 hunters. Yeah, there's a good chance of that too, but the attack now comes in. 1 hunter, 3 hunters do land, but 1 gets insta-cleared by Zoe in the back. So very well played there by Zoe, kicking that off with a bang. and quickly shutting down that quad cap. And then we have the survivors quickly taking care of the witch as well. And now they'll be able to push up here. And they held that attack for quite a while. I wonder, was it really worth it? I mean, Lewis and Francis did take quite a bit of damage, I guess.
It's because of the style of the config, it's worth it. And every point of damage is worth it because you get so little of it unless you land, you know, a tri-cap in that situation. We do see a boomer spawning up in front of the survivor zone and managing to proxy on one. There is 3 hunters looking to capitalize on it. Survivor's in a pretty bad place. Smoker does get a pull straight out, which has been cleared. One hunter gets cleared instantly and another one's getting shoved around before he gets shot in the face for his trouble. Survivor's got 50% now. Tank has been tricked. It's up in the hands of Josie. And he spawns in a pretty shit place. He spawns on the opposite side of the event door, so he's got to run around.
Yeah, that's actually a horrible place to spawn because you have to run all the way around, as you said. But yeah.
You can't capitalize on it, and it looks like the survivors are going to be going near enough all the way back to the first train near the ammo part. The traditional setup. But what I do like though about the way this config, what the hell they're going back further. So I was going all the way back to the first initial subway area at the base of the escalators, but as a result, they do catch double boom. Tank is still only on first pass. He's down to 30% frustration, but he's going to be able to get in there quite comfortably on his second pass. And they should have the spawn back up from that boomer because spawn timers are only 14 seconds on this con. But as we go, Tank is rolling straight in. Does whiff his first punch, however. Does get the second one. Survivors are really laying into him. The SI support is now spawned up and looks to be coming in. There's a hunter jumping around from behind. Hunter land, tri-boom landing, and a smoker pull goes out. Tank has one in cap. He's looking to secure the second. He's still going ham. Oh, that's his first in cap. Never mind, I thought the tank had already got one. The tank gets out of there, Bill goes down. There are now 2 survivors down. The 2 remaining survivors are looking to sort of push this tank and get him killed. He's got so little HP as well. But they do get the pickup, they do catch a rock. And it looks like this tank is waiting for the rest of his SI to come up. He's got a while before he goes AI because he landed that rock, but more SI damage incoming. Boomer does land once again on 2 survivors. And there's 2 hunters jumping around. 1 hunter lands. Second hunter does land on a down Bill. Almost looking for the kill, actually. Survivors once again pushing this tank, and this time they do get the kill.
Indeed they do.
More than enough time to get Bill.
Yeah, I think Bill's going to be safe there, but a lot of damage being pushed up by NonStop there. Dropping Nameless down to only 1 pill left of their name. Speaking of Nameless. But that pill will be quickly popped onto Anxiety, aka Bill. And I don't believe anyone's black and white just yet. No, there's 2 people with 1 in cap each. And so we'll see the survivors continue the way up here. Fit's the only one with any remaining health bonus, really. I mean, Flyaway has like a little strand of it, but that's probably only like 2 or 3 health bonus max. Boom responsive in the back, gets the boom out onto Bill. Smoker in the back, grabs the pole. 200s from the front. Not finding anything, though. Not finding the way, and actually lands onto Lewis. I changed my mind there at the last second as he landed. But Bill taking a lot of damage there. That pill that he just popped is Nagon, or Nigon, I guess I should say.
He did suffer the first in cap during tank as well, so he's very close to being put down to black and white. And this is the downside, of course, to running so far back. They've now got to run back through the map and take 2 attacks because the SI aren't going to be waiting around for a tank or witch spawn because they're both out of the way now.
Josie getting a really cheeky scratch there onto Bill in the back, just dropping him down by 7 more HP. And yeah, as you said, Survivor's trekking their way back through where they've already been. And we shall see them make their way to the event here very shortly. But there will be 1 more attack coming in here. Josie getting caught out there on the side, but he's not there. Smoker pole landing onto Bill in the back. 1 hunter landing. 2 more hunters looking for a target. 1 finds a mark onto Francis, but the other one gets skeeted out of the air. And actually, Smoker grabbing an in cap out onto Lewis.
Well, that is going to be the first in cap for Lewis. So there's 3 survivors now suffering a down. I think it's definitely safe to see we might see Bill be going down in this. I actually see another down from well, the first down actually from Anxiety. Sorry, Zoe. Event has been triggered though, so I'm going to hold down. No spitter to worry about, so that plays in their face. Smoker does miss the initial pull, but there's a hunter coming in. Hunter does get that initial cap. Boomer waddles straight in there, he's getting shoved around, and no one catches the proxy. Survivors get out of there, the door is open. But Bill is so close to going down, which he does go down. Now they're in a bad place. They've got commons swarming in from all 4 directions. The spawns are coming up in 4 seconds, but they do manage to get Bill up relatively quickly. But here come the commons.
Totally common. And yeah, we're still in no attack, gearing up here. Boomer landing a single boom out onto Zoe. Smoker pull onto Francis or Lewis in the front there. Hunter quickly taking that target though, and getting a repull actually onto Zoe is the Smoker. Gonna do a bit of damage to her, almost in-capping her though. Zoe down to 2 HP, I believe. So she's on the
Lewis
brink.
is black and white now.
Actually, Fitz is down to 1 HP. Actually, now he is down, taking his first in-cap of the game. And yeah, Boomer's getting another spawn inside the room there just as Nameless gave it up for a second. And Boomer got a nice double boom off of that. And now we have a Hunter who's spawned on the side room, going for some really good scratches onto survivors. For you that don't know, that's kind of the way the L4D2 was played. Hunter scratching was not something that was uncommon. A lot of people did it. It did quite a bit of damage over time. Because pretty much, think about it this way. If you land a cap, you still have to be on that person for a set amount of time for the damage to start ticking. But if you scratch someone, it's instantaneous. So if someone's close to another, if a survivor's close to someone that gets capped, they can quickly clear it off with a shotgun. I just ran into a van with my camera. But regardless of that,
2 survivors. One of them now goes down to a scratch from a Hunter. He's still jumping around, distracted for that Boomer who waddles in behind it. He does land the cap. Smoker pole goes out. There's 2 survivors dead. That's the wipe.
indeed it is.
That ended abruptly.
Yeah, I actually thought they were going to make the safe room there for a second, but Nameless falling just short, and they will fail at 494 points through the map, distance-wise, and no health bonus to be spoken of, obviously, because they didn't make the safe room. But we will be switching over, and sides will be switching as well, and now we'll see Nameless on that side with NonStop on the survivors. And NonStop has some makeup to do, because remember, they wiped on the first map, and they were down by about 600 coming into the second map here. So they have to beat this tank and make safe room. As long as they make safe room with a little bit of health bonus, it's a win-win situation. Because the survivors also had a survivor die. Actually, he died like right out of safe room, so I can't really say like it'll be that much distance they'll make up. But regardless, we will be going live here with the second half, and I cannot get back to the survivors. There we go.
Right, well, opening hit is going to be that quad cap. We're going to see if it's going to go in or whether they're going to save it all the way for that witch, which it doesn't look like they. Actually, no, they're all repositioned on the witch. So we're going to see another long hit. I don't know though, I think it's probably in NonStop's best interest here to not run that tank all the way back, because if they suffer the same fate and, you know, at least suffer comparable damage to what Nameless suffered, then they've got to do the exact same thing. They've got to hobble through the rest of the whole damn map again, and take the event with such low HP, which is just, you know, hunt the haven in terms of scratches and just quick close spawns where the commons are going to be doing, you know, your free boom damage essentially. There's a lot more potential to land the tri-cap, there's a lot more potential to land the quad cap, and just damage potential in general is a great deal higher.
Now this is something that I don't understand. Maybe you can shed light on it. Why are they saving all 4 hunters for the witch? Both teams have done this, but why? Because the witch is really avoidable.
That's the thing though, the witch is avoidable. At the same time, look where they've all got to bunch up in order to rush down this corridor. It's different for them, they know there's 4 hunters. The first team didn't know it was 4 hunters. So they could have walked down this tiny corridor where it's easy for hunters to get the wall kicks, but 1 hunter does get skeeted, 2nd hunter getting skeeted, 3rd hunter getting skeeted, and 1 hunter lands momentarily. But the survivors put themselves in a more dangerous situation, because even though they bypass the witch, they still have to go down that tight, narrow corridor where it's easy for them to wall kick off and hopefully stumble into additional cap. But that time, the survivors were just ready for it and just picked the hunters as they came in one at a time.
Nah, fair enough. That actually sounds more plausible than... I was honestly sitting here thinking, I'm like, why would they save though? I mean, both teams did it, but the tunnel, I guess, does make more sense. It's a very narrow place, as you said. Easier for the hunters to get in and get stumbles. But the attack coming in here, though, Hunter getting shut down immediately upon trying to scratch out that door, and the Smoker will retreat towards the forward area and try to save his life here for the tank. Boomer does have a spawn right now, though. He's in ghost form, so as soon as he finds an opening, he is going to spawn that and go ahead and pop himself all over the survivors, with the survivors still pushing here and trying to trigger this tank.
Well, they're about to trigger the tank. There is a Smoker and a Boomer spawned up. The Boomer is AI, I believe. But he does get a single boom. Survivors are going to start booking it all the way back. 1 hunter has pre-spawned and has managed to get himself a wall kick, but he's been cleared near enough instantly. So survivors are just going to back up, take out this other hunter that's pursuing them, and the tank is in hot pursuit as well with the smoking companion. But I don't know, I mean, me personally, I would have got rid of the quad cap with the opening hit to get my spawns up for the second hit, because I think I would have preferred the more varied attack on that witch. You know, not that 4 hunters is bad or anything, because, you know, it's still a quad cap at the end of the day. But I think you just cause a great deal more confusion when you have like a boomer or someone just up front to pull, or Because I mean, all 4 survivors are going to be taking the same side of the tunnel anyway. But the survivors aren't going back as far as the previous team. They're holding it up on top of the 2 subway trains. Tank is extremely close. He's still on first pass. But it looks like we've got a boomer looking for a close spawn here to get something done. Tank is probably going to have to commit, I imagine. He's in a good place where he can sort of keep LOS, but he's going to take a great deal of chip as it appears one survivor does have a deagle. I'm making that up. And the tank is going to go in straight through the subway car. He punches out both doors. Boomer gets picked instantly. 2 hunters are coming in very quickly for support as well. 1 hunter does land, which stumbles another survivor into the tank. Tank is going to clear 1 hunter though as he goes for that second punch, but he's got 3 punches on the... Misses the 4th though. Turns himself around looking for a hit on another survivor, but at the moment he's just getting carted around and he is dead. So, 2 punches.
Nah, I was gonna say, like, see with that tank, I was watching his HP and it was going down normally, like, for this tank. But, like, last map, it got destroyed in, like, a quarter of the time. Like, I don't understand what the difference is. Or maybe it's just something that loads upon map change that isn't loading upon, like, the server starting?
I mean, that tank lasted longer than the first round tank, and the first round tank was in a much more open area, so you'd expect the shotguns to do less damage in general.
Yeah.
When the tank's in your face, you're expecting full damage from your shotgun. But, hey-ho. We do have the event being triggered though. A smoker has pre-spawned above the survivors who are going to be running back and taking it where the previous team took it, which is on the stairwell. They do have 2 hunters, a smoker and a boomer. 1 hunter goes straight in though, lands a damage counter, but gets cleared instantly. That's just his friend. The boomer gets picked, the smoker gets popped. The event door is only about a third of the way open at the moment, but the survivors are going to start heading towards it nonetheless. But health-wise, a much better shape than what Nameless were in at this point. I mean, at this point they've got 3 hits to take, I'd say. And that's if they play it safe and hold out the event for the whole duration, which is what they seem to be doing. There's a hit coming in there. 1 hunter does land up front on Lewis. The second hunter lands at the bottom on Zoe. Lewis almost taking an end cap. He does get insta-pulled by the smoker. The boomer's going to waddle in now and get himself a nice tri-boom on the stairwell. But that's just going to be a set of pills committed, and the event door is now all the way up, so the survivors are able to push straight through there. So they might take another hit just as they get to this room at the top of the stairs before they drop out onto the street. Or they might just start booking it towards safe room, in which case they've probably got 1 more hit to take, provided no one takes an in-cap from it.
It's such a world of... It's like worlds apart from Left 4 Dead 2. Because, like, you never see any teams holding that stairwell anymore, and it's really, like, making me realize just how much I forgot about Left 4 Dead 1. Like, where you hold for events is entirely different as well. Like I said in Left 4 Dead 2, you never see anyone hold there. They usually hold in the pill cabinet room. But regardless, we will see, again, that one last attack coming in here for Nameless very soon. NonStop holding a hefty health bonus, looking to bring it into the safe room with them. And we're going to see a quad cap potential. 3 hunters, 1 smoker. And this is do or die right now for Nameless. Attack coming in, though. Smoker coming in, 1 hunter landing. No one's gotten skied or cleared yet. And that will be the attack dealt with as Bill gets the hunter cleared off of him. But the alarm does get set off. A nice amount of damage actually done by that 1 hunter. And the smoker got a few ticks as well, but that's not enough damage. That's not what Nameless were looking for, most certainly. And we will see NonStop make their way into the safe room and take the lead here with a 644 health bonus.
Put some comfortably back in the lead by about 100 points. Or just under, about 90 odd points. But I don't know, I think it's because, you know, obviously you never see those tactics in Left 4 Dead 2 because you have the spitter to force survivors out of tight little areas like that. I mean, that's suicide in Left 4 Dead 2. With chargers and spitters, even just waddling, that hunter that landed at the top of the stairwell was enough to cause someone to take, like, at least 2 in-caps, because Lewis would have taken an in-cap from being pounced and spit. And anything that landed on the survivor at the base of the stairwell was going to take a great deal of damage anyway. So, I mean, in that sort of sense, you can see why that people take certain events in certain ways with the Left 4 Dead 1 base conflict, just because, you know, everything is defeatable by the power of M2 in Left 4 Dead 1. You find a corner, you stand in it, there's no spit to force you out of it. Any comments get close, you M2.
Yeah.
You shoot them.
Yeah, and that's pretty much my opinion as to why the spitter even came to be in Left 4 Dead 2, because I was like, how do we stop teams from like camping inside closets and stuff? And they were like, oh, let's make an AoE, you know, spit based, or not spit based, but AoE type common or infected. But with that being said, we're going to be live here with the third round, and we'll see NonStop on their first time, or actually it is their first time being on the Survivor first. So we'll see how they set the pace here for Nameless, who is to follow on their next half. And yeah, NonStop quickly making their way out of Burger Tank here. All we saw was the Boomer Sack there, so they know there's going to be a quad cap here on this event. It's just a matter of when are they actually going to spring it on the Survivors. And it looks like it might be on the event, judging by how they're on top of the roof of right above them.
Yeah, well, the traditional holdout for this event, well, never mind, there is a tank being triggered before the event, so the quad cap has been foiled. Tank is up in a reasonably good place though, and we do have 3 other hunters pre-spawn. One of which being AI and one getting skeeted though. Tank looking for a quick rock in on Francis. He doesn't get it, but the hunter gets a 25 damage count off that. This might be a free rock. Oh, the curved rock miss. But nothing to smile about. Survivors do hit the gas station as well.
I don't really see the difference with the gas station. Like I've heard some people say that if you shoot the gas tank, that it brings more common during the event. Like I've heard a lot of the myths about the gas station, but
I think it's just one of those old wives' tale things. Like
yeah.
I haven't seen it make any difference. If anything, it thins the horde out more because when they all spawn behind, they'll catch fire and burn.
Yeah, that's what I always do because it's just like common sense to me. But Boomer rocketing there, almost getting the boom onto Zoe, but gets mailed away at the very last second. And Tank once again in the hands of STFR for Nameless. And he's just doing a little bit of rock tank right now. Nice damage, GP, 24 damage landing out on the Survivors. And another hunter in there just to complement it. But some big DPs coming out from Nameless so far this round. A 25 and a 24, both landing on Thug Life. So he's got to keep his eyes up a bit more.
Well, he's had to commit a set of pills from that. Tank is going to be forced to commit very shortly though because he's on 55% frustration and on his second pass. He is looking for the what do we call that? Oh, he's got the forklift truck. I thought it was the... No, it is the forklift. The forklift is rolling in. Boomer does land a boom on one survivor though. Smoker pole wisely getting cleared very instantly with the hunter getting skeeted before he gets to land. Survivors are starting to back up. Tank's got no choice but to pursue because he's down to 15% frustration. And look at his health drop. He finally gets in close enough to land his first punch. And it looks like that's going to be... No, he does get a follow-up punch. 2 punches.
He almost had the third punch there, just barely whiffing on that last punch there. And it wouldn't have been kept Thug Life by any means, but it would have been a nice consolation prize at least. And we have Boomer going in there, proxying onto Bill. And now we're going to see NonStop going into the event here with a huge health bonus. I mean, checking it right now, they're at a 7... no, that pause messed me up. They're at a 1,096 health bonus so far. So we do have a pause coming out here, so we'll see what the holdup is. And it looks like it was actually a pause for NonStop. So someone's getting probably crashed if I had to guess, and it's probably Francis. Although he just shot, so I'm assuming not. Maybe Zoe.
Okay. Well, you're on your own for like 2 seconds while I go downstairs and turn some lights on. I have a really bad vibe about walking around this house in the dark because it means that the people outside can't see me walking around naked inside. So I'll be right back.
What? Did he just say he's going to turn on the lights so that people outside... I'm not even going to reiterate that. Anyway, yeah, so we're just going to wait for the teams right up here. I think Zoe probably crashed by the looks of it because she's the only one on the team not actually looking or doing anything. She's just kind of staring at the wall straight ahead. She's over there right above the paused screen. Yeah, Bill looks fine. Lewis pressed the button. Francis just shot at those common. So I'm assuming it's Zoe. We'll see if I'm right. Well, maybe he didn't crash, but probably had to go do something. I can only ask. And yeah, so we're gonna have to see Nameless really pull some tricks out of their hats here because there's a huge health bonus right now for Team NonStop. And I mean, NonStop, they're one of those teams that have been around for a really long time. They're good with momentum. When they get that feeling going, when they get the momentum rolling, they're a really hard team to stop. We've seen them play in Pro Mod a bunch of tournaments. I think I've done a lot of their games, actually. And they're one of those teams that they play into the momentum. And that last round was a huge swing for them. That was an absolute 180 change from basically what we saw on the first map. Francis is kind of sitting on a ladder for a second for some reason. I think they're waiting for this next attack to come in. I'm pretty sure they don't know that's a quad cap. But we shall see if they were able to shut down here. It looks like it's going to be that Smoker and 3 Hunters. Not too sure when they're going to actually decide to throw those in here. I'm assuming they're going to try and wait for the Common to try and get in closer. But they're not really having any luck of actually getting closer because NonStop's just killing them. So, easy stuff right now for NonStop. Kind of on cruise control, but they know there's attack lurking, and they are going to go in now. 3 Hunters and the Smoker working their way in. 2 Hunters landing. Smoker going in. That's the quad cap on the NonStop. Team Nameless going hard when it counted. Absolutely whiffing with the tank, but they get the quad cap at the last second. Beautifully played there by Nameless, stopping what was going to be a detrimental round for them from happening. And NonStop, they gotta be heartbroken from that. What a beautiful quad cap there by Nameless.
Quad cap.
You know it. And just like that, the round has, or at least I should say the half is over, and we will be switching over to Nameless on Survivor. And I mean, this tank isn't all that easy. If a boomer lands and you can get, 2 Hunters to at least land for a couple seconds, a lot can happen from this tank. But we'll see what NonStop can actually make do with it. And yeah, so we'll wait for the teams to ready up. Quick ready up, actually. And I will let you take over as soon as they go live.
You jinxed.
Yep, they juked me.
Well, I mean, this is a potentially dangerous tank. I mean, survivors know exactly where it spawns, so they have a very good guise of whether or not they should try the run back tactic. But at the same time, it's like, that's going to be disheartening as hell for NonStop. You handle the tank, near enough flawlessly. Yeah, you take 2 punches, but it's on a guy who's already caught 50 points worth of damage pounds anyway. You think, okay, that's good for us. We've, the Tampon's taken the hit from the tank, he's done his job, and then you get quad cap. I think that's the equivalent to like going out, buying a new pair of Jordans and having some stray dog piss on them. Yeah, definitely. Well, what was the difference? Was it 190 odd points? Or was it even that going into this round?
Yeah, the difference was, something like 100 points or 200 points coming into this. I know it wasn't over 200, so it was somewhere in between 100 and 200. But yeah, NonStop is barely in the lead. I mean, Nameless can easily take this back over. But we will be going live here with the second half of the third map here. Hunter's going in with the Boomer. Boomer laying a tri-proxy inside the little room here. Smoker grabbing a quick pull there on the Bill in the back. And really not all that much damage coming out. Bill taking a little bit of chip, though, from the Hunter and Smoker that landed on top of him. But really nothing to be spoken of. And this tank is going to be a really big... it's going to be a big symbol for the rest of this game. Because it is...
Poor old Bill back there. Just kind of left him by himself. And the Hunter's going to capitalise on that. Hunter does get a pounce in on Bill in the kitchen. Survivor's a bit unawares. There's another Hunter coming in from behind, which lands a pounce on Francis. Boomer's going to go in there and get himself a nice tri-boom, and that last Hunter is going to come in, or maybe look for a damage pounce. But, really uncoordinated there by Nameless. They left Bill all by himself. He was boomed, he was stuck in a room, he closed the door on himself. As a result, they opened up spawns in between themselves, and we do see another damage pounce landed for a lot of damage on Bill. But that's going to be a set of pills committed before the tanks even had to commit himself.
Indeed, and that is a lot of damage. Definitely not what we saw from the first hit, but once again, Team NonStop saw some major separation happening for Team Nameless, and they just went off of it, and it worked. We see another double boom here landing on a Team Nameless. A wonderfully played boom there by NonStop, and we'll see actually the episode I want to capitalize, and they do. Attack coming here, 100 landing, a Smoker pull landing on the loose as well, but the 200s do get cleared off very fast. So there will be attack up and over with, and now we will move it into the tank as soon as far as move closer to the event. But yeah, that was just some good separation that NonStop pointed out, and they capitalized all over it. They did absolutely amazing with it.
Well, this is going to be a big tank, 'cause I mean, even if this tank doesn't wipe and the survivors are allowed to get to the safe room, even without the bonus, the distance point alone will put them about 300 points in the lead. Map 4, it's going to be probably the earlier tank as well. We do see a double boom landing, however. Tank looks like he's going to commit straight away on that. And the tank is rolling in. The commons are swarming the survivors. They're in a pretty bad way. One Hunter has landed. Tank gets himself an opening rock and a follow-up punch. Smoker pull goes out. Tank gets a double punch off that. Tank is going for his curve rock. He lands it on Zoe. Gets the follow-up punch on Zoe. The common is putting Francis in the line of fire, who takes another hit. You see the Smoker pull out go again. And a Boomer getting a pull off that. Smoker getting a pull and a Boomer getting a proxy. Tank is on death's doorstep.
Indeed, tank is down to 640 HP. Lands another rock on the Francis, though. And Doug Life pulling back here with the tank, trying to keep it alive as long as he can. Goes for another curve rock, but this one actually doesn't find its target. And Doug Life might run this tank back. No, he's climbing the track early. He wants to throw another rock, and he's going to do just that. Tosses one towards the head of Francis, but gets skied out of the air there by Fitz. So Fitz covering his teammate as he tries to pick Bill up there. And Bill is back on his feet finally, and that will be his first in cap. So one more, and he will be black and white here. And we'll see Doug rotate himself up to the top of the burger tank roof, tossing another rock down upon the survivors. Going in, gets skidded out of the air by the last second by Anxiety. I mean, the damage has already been done. All pills are committed, and only 2 survivors have any permanent left on them. Fitz and Flyway, and they're in the green, so that's actually a good sign. And the tank's pretty much dead as well. So they're doing okay, but they gotta make it to the safe room and at least get some distance back. Hunter going in there, getting skied. Boomer coming in as well from the back, gets popped though, but Hunter does find a land onto Lewis there for a second.
Well, that's one of the problems as well. You know, they've suffered 2 full in caps off this tank now. And, you know, that's not without the damage Bill had taken pre-tank. Tank does finally get killed. However, Smoker Tongue gets avoided by the survivors. Smoker is still up, but he's, you know, he's such low HP that's going to be an easy clear even for a shotgun at range. Clear goes out before the pull even lands, so survivors are on top of that. We do have 2 hunters pre-spawned in front of them, so 1 hunter's pre-spawned, the other one's still in Ghost. A double boom does land in the back. That remaining hunter coming in looking for some scratches, almost going for the wall kick pounce on Zoe because she would have been left by herself. Which has been triggered, she has been taken out. So survivors in a pretty comfortable means at this point. They're making up distance, which is important. And it shouldn't be too long before they actually take the lead.
Most certainly. Actually, it looks like my scores are messed up here. Actually, are they? Hold on.
Still can't get used to this.
No, my scores actually weren't messed up. According to me, Nameless is actually in the lead right now. They're 150 points. Yeah, they're 150 points above NonStop right now. So they did call it back distance-wise. Now they're just adding more points onto the pile right now that NonStop are going to be forced to make up here in the next map because we only play maps 1 to 4 in this tournament. So map 4 of No Mercy will be the final map here. But an attack coming in. 200 getting skied immediately, but 100 does land onto Zoe in the front. She was one of the health bonuses, and the Smoker quickly gets shut down in the back. But yeah, NonStop, they got to get this wipe because they don't want to leave it all to map 4. We saw what happened last game. I mean, the comeback happened last game where this happened, where the team that was in the back, or I should say way behind map 4, managed to make the comeback happen. But it's not something you want to leave to chance.
No, I mean, the likelihood of seeing that early tank on map 4 is pretty high as well. We are going to see, yeah, it is a tri-cap. So we have 2 hunters, Smoker and the Boom. And this is pretty much all or nothing. If they don't wipe with this hit, they're probably not going to wipe at all. No survivors are black and white. We've got 1 survivor on a single in-cap. Quick Smoker clear goes out. An in-cap does go out. 2 hunters landing up top. 1 in-cap does go out. There might be a death hit. Smoker pull goes out. Boomer is going ham on the back of Zoe. Gets the proxy on. 1 hunter down. The hunter gets a second pound after he kills the first survivor. That's going to be a wipe.
Most certainly will be beautifully played there by NonStop, putting an end to Nameless' spree there. But Nameless does make the dent that they needed to. 361 points will be the differential going into the final map. And that's points that NonStop will have to account for if they want to actually win this game. If it's saying a Boomer question mark, I'm not too sure what really happened. But regardless, we'll be going to the 4th map.
Well, you can't ladder block anymore anyway, can you?
I don't believe so. I think you kind of fall off the survivors' heads if you do. Although, if he went down onto their heads when they were in or on the ladder, then I guess he'd just slide around on top of their heads. Because you can't really...
Well, I'm pretty sure the Boomer didn't.
Huh.
No,
unless
they
both
got up the ladder.
Maybe they took that on this config? That's all I could
I'm
think
not sure, but both survivors made it up the ladder anyway. They were just standing at the base of the ladder, shooting up the hole to try and clear the hunter, which they got the clear on. Just they took them too long to get up to clear the other hunter from the other survivor before the death went out. But the Boomer let them up, because the first guy up got pulled instantly, and the Boomer just walked behind Zoe, scratching her. And proxied on her. We are seeing the round going live, however.
Indeed.
Radio.
And someone in chat actually asking why no finale. It's kind of a European thing. I mean, the NA scene did definitely adopt it at some point for certain tournaments and maps, but for most finales, it's really just like a holdout. And holdouts are pretty boring. They take a while. But we do have an attack coming in here, though. Hunter landing on Francis in the front. 2 more Hunters working the way in. 1 getting cleared immediately. And actually, Lewis taking another Hunter as well. Was that a quad Hunter? Did I miss that?
I believe it was.
I believe it was. I didn't hear a boomer pop or any smoker die. I don't see a cloud. So I'm going to assume that was actually a quad hunter and we just missed it. But tank is up right now. He's at 28%, and it's going to be in the hands of Wallbanger87 for NonStop, their last tank and last hope of this game. And he's got to get the wipe. They can't settle for anything less. They need to get the wipe, and then they can just make safe from him. It's that simple. They don't want to leave the health bonus.
Well, he's in a dangerous spot. Boomer does get a really close spawn though, but gets picked very quickly by the survivors. I was going to say, this is, that would have been a very dangerous tank. I mean, I think I would have liked to have seen them keep the Boomer in that scenario. I mean, the survivors are in a place where they're going to kite around that area for a while, and, you know, they're going to open up quite a few spawns for him to get a nice close boom in on multiple targets. But tank is currently hovering around in his first pass. He's down to 20% frustration, so he's going to be passing on to second wing for that final spawn to come up. And it is going to be another boomer, so they still have the initial setup that they had previously, which is a smoker, hunter, and a boomer. And it looks like the boomer wants to come from the bathroom behind the survivors this time, which is pretty wise because they're all going to back the hell up as soon as that tank rolls in. Which he is now doing. Tank rolls in, smoke spawns up above the survivors, hunter behind. Boomer gets his spawn, gets a boom in on 1, 2, survive. Tank does have his corner, smoker pole goes out, hunter gets the intercept. Tank is going ham. Tank still getting his in-caps, nice double punches going out. He's 1 away from in-capping Zoe, which he does get. Still
this tank? He's going absolute ham. He's up to like 12 punches or something. Now he turns his focus over to Francis, and that's gonna be another in-cap onto STFR.
That's a wipe.
That is the wipe. Bill getting pulled on the outside. And actually Tank's gonna take it. Tank wants all 4.
Fucking fair play, man. The tank did his job.
That tank did work. Wallbanger87 coming through for NonStop. He landed like something like 16 punches. The number of doubles he got was insane. And then they popped their pills.
Look at the tank damage. It's on 384.
I don't know how many punches. Guys, what's 384? Or how many times does 24 go into 384?
Well, 10 punches. 10 punches is already 240.
So another 5?
With 140 on top of that. So yeah, a lot of punches.
So he got like 15 punches or something. Wallbanger doing work with that tank, secures the wipe for his team. I mean, that was a hell of a boom, though. I mean, you can't just throw that boom off like it never happened. That was a great boom that set him up, and his SI did an amazing job supporting him. And I mean, they popped their pills on the survivor side, went back at him, and then he punched him again, and he went ham. He got all the corners, he cut them off immediately, and now we see Nameless back on the back foot. This tank is do or die for them now. And we'll see if they can make the wipe happen equally as well on Team NonStop, as NonStop moves out of the safe from here as everyone is readied up. It will be quad hunters yet again, but we'll see where Nameless actually decides to spring this one onto them.
Well, they know they're going to get one tank, pre-tank anyway. I think at this point, especially in that area, a boomer is just such a pivotal SI to have. Especially if the multiple boom lands, because I mean, 2 got boomed in that hit and that was it. Pretty much the tank was... You know, suddenly he wasn't getting focused by 4 survivors, he was barely getting focused by 1. And then that lasted, you know, a second or 2. I mean, when he had near enough 2 in-caps and he was working on his 3rd, the tank still had 2k HP.
So it looks like the Stars have moved up the position where Team Nameless is looking to spring this trap. It looks like the moment they come out of this door, they're actually going to go on top of them. But it looks like they're going to actually rotate around here, being all too wise to the strat probably. And the Hunters will make their way in. All 4 Hunters looking for the targets. 1, 2 get skeeted, 3 get skeeted. And the 4th one will as well meet that same fate. And that will be tank up now for Team NonStop. And it all comes down to this tank, really. If they make it to elevator and get out of the elevator at top, I think that's enough points to actually secure them to win. Actually, no. Is that correct, the points?
I think so. I mean, they're only... How many distance points in? They're 100 points in now. By the time they get to the elevator, there's going to be about 300 points. By the time they get up the elevator, there's going to be another 100 points. So they're looking at about 300 points just making it to the top of the elevator with 4 survivors.
So yeah, as the score stands right now, there are 300 and approximately 70 points separating these 2 teams right now. And so all they need is that amount of distance points, and they're going to be able to walk away with this win over Team Nameless. And Nameless is not going to have that sitting well with them. Tank actually backed into the wall here and broke it accidentally. I don't think he wanted to, but it happened regardless. And Fitz is on second pass now, so we'll see him commit here probably relatively soon. Down to 60% rage as well. So his teammates are looking to get their spawns up here very shortly. It will be a Hunter, Smoker, and a Boomer, so one of each class. And Tank's down to 20% rage, is going to commit. Now is the time for Team Nameless to make it happen, if ever. And it looks like he will go and punch Lewis away. Nice double boom landing. One hit onto Zoe, grabs another, actually misses a second one. Misses a third as well. This Tank is whiffing the shots. He's down to 1400 PG, but finally does corner Zoe. And that will be the dead Tank. Team NonStop putting the needles to the Tank, and that will be a dead Tank for them. And Team Nameless, they're in dire straits right now. They have a lot of work to do and not a lot of time to do it. They probably have 3 or 4 attacks left before that distance threshold is broken. So Team NonStop,
they need that quad.
Yeah, they need a quad to happen. If Nameless cannot land a quad, it is most likely GG lights out for them. Boomer getting popped, 180 spin there by Bill, and briefly played here by NonStop thus far.
Well, they've sacked their first attack in the shape of that Boomer. They are going to be going for the quad cap. And I think it's pretty much going to be all or nothing. If they don't land this quad, I don't think they're going to have another opportunity to get one. Well, they'll have another opportunity when they get to the top of the elevator, just by sacking SI off the side of the building. But it means they've got to land it, because you only get about 2 attacks in that area. With the health that the survivors have, and with them not looking to take any additional damage during this event, they're in a pretty good way to make safe from with big bonus. But the quad cap is now up. 300s and the Smoker, it is coming in. 100 getting skated, quad cap has been broken. But that's going to be the event door about to open actually for the survivor. It is currently on the 5th floor. They do still have one Hunter up in spawn mode, but at the moment he's waiting for the rest of his companions who are still 2 to 4 seconds out. And it is going to be a tri-cap with Boom, but the survivors are already in the elevator. It's already progressed. And the distance isn't as high as I thought it was going to be, truth be told.
Oh, Bill. Bill's like sinking through the elevator, but I think we're all good, hopefully. And yeah, the replay feature I didn't set up because I was doing the 24-hour stream, and then I would have had to do all the keybinds and stuff. So I didn't do the replay feature for this game, but it will be back as soon as the 24-hour stream is over. And yeah, so we'll see Team NonStop making their way to the top of the elevator here. They're currently 194 points down from where Team Nameless are, and that's pretty much just safe room. As long as they can walk their way in there, they're gonna do it. And yeah, that will be a quad cap. 3 Hunters, 1 Smoker. And this could be the last attempt here. There is also that wish for the work off of. But 1 Hunter already spawned up here. He could foil the quad cap. Pull does land on the Lewis, but it gets cleared. 1 Hunter landing on the Zoe. Smoker gets a repull on the Lewis, but that will be the attack up and over with. And this could be the end of the game here for Nameless. Bill runs up, grabs a crown, misses the crown actually, but Wallbanger coming up behind, helping his teammate out, grabbing that assist there with the crown. And yeah, NonStop, it looks like they're going to walk away with the W here.
If they make safe from which they're definitely on form to do, they've got one more hit to do, and it is not going to be a quad cap. It's a tri-cap with Boom. 1 Boom does land, 1 Pounce does go out. If anything, they're hurting bonus, but not enough. Too little, too late. Survivors are going to make the safe run with a rather impressive comeback bonus of 848 points, which is going to give them the lead comfortably at the end of it by 1,000 points.
Most certainly. So we're going to see Team NonStop walking away with the W. Really, really well played them. GG. And of course, as always, commiserations to Team Nameless. Unfortunately, again, the L there, I should say, not the W, is Team Nameless. Really well played by them. They kept it close, and they had a huge lead going out of App 1. But NonStop didn't let that stand for too long.
Yep, closed the gap. Denied them with the tank wipe as well.
Indeed. So